will miss you. I'll find a way to get through.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? How y'all living? How your mama doing? What's up? It is Millennials Making Moves. M to the third power, and you already know it equals 1,000.
And we're here to keep it a band with you.
So let's get this going.
Hey.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in for another week with us. Thank you for all of your support. Of course, we love you like none other. This week, we will be talking about grieving. Yes, we are tackling another difficult subject, but we are in this together. We're going to fight the big fight together. But first, let's get to that quote. Come on with this quote, best friend. Come on with the quote.
Now, y'all know it's quote time. Quote time. You already know it's quote time. Quote time. We are about to get it. Quote time. Quote time. Yes, y'all. We got this quote for you today, okay? Now, this says, when we lose someone we love, we must learn not to live without them, but to live with the love that they left behind. Yeah, and the author to this one is anonymous, but I'm pretty sure that person felt a little heartache at some point in the past. But Bubs, how do you think this quote got you feeling today?
Personally, it makes me think of the positive outlook in regards to grieving, in regards to death. It makes me think like, okay, let's not think about the fact that I have to get through life without that person and survive without this person. Let's think about the fact that I have to live with the how much love they left behind, you know, how much they taught me and everything, you know, the positive things to look at in grieving. What about you, best friend?
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up. But just to say, like, the memories, you know, you just really have to cherish the memories because that's all you're going to have left, you know. And I feel like memories are really what get you through the grieving process. Just, you know, the joy of the time that you got to spend with such a great or such a wonderful person, you know, or just the time you got to spend with the person who influenced your life the most, a mother, a father, a grandparent, you know, just things like that. Just holding on to the good times, you know, good times.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think y'all hitting that right on the nail, you know, because life is already hard. You know, everybody already experiences pain in some form or fashion. And I just feel like sometimes, like, things happen for us, you know, like sometimes that's what it takes, you know, to lose someone close to you in order for you to push forward and get where you're supposed to be going. You know, but I think the main thing with that quote is just making sure that that person's legacy lives on forever. You know, keep those memories alive, keep those stories of them going, you know, tell other generations so that they can keep everything alive and keep it all moving forward. That's definitely important.
I agree 100%. And that's what we want to try to tackle today with you guys, is just let you guys know that there's no set way to grieve. There is no guideline to grieving a death, a relationship. It doesn't matter what you're grieving. It doesn't even necessarily have to be death, but as long as you're grieving, there is no set guideline to grieve. There's no time limit to grieve. Don't let anybody sit there and tell you that it's been too long and everything, you shouldn't be grieving this long or whatever. There's nothing saying that you have to grieve a certain amount of time or a certain short amount of time. That makes no sense. But in regards to grieving and my story, I lost my uncle 10 days after coming home from, I was actually home for winter break, and I went back, and 10 days later found out that my uncle had committed suicide. Getting that type of phone call is not something that is easy for me, because my uncle is the closest to my dad and everything. So he was pretty much close to me. That was my go-to. But getting through that grieving process, it took a lot of prayer and meditation, mainly meditation, positive thinking, being around positive people who wanted to see me smile, people who wanted to see me, you know, in a better mindset and everything, and not go into depression, because grieving is definitely a serious case that will have you medically in the hospital. You can die from a broken heart. It is a real thing. It is. So if you don't know how to meditate, pray, or do something to put yourself in a positive mindset, it definitely can have you in the hospital real quick with a broken heart. It's definitely so. If so, anybody else that is going through a grieving process, I definitely what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry. I definitely influence you to meditate and get your positive thoughts and everything. Get your mental together. Your mental health is what's going to get you through your grieving process.
Absolutely.
Best friend, what do you think?
But you hit that on the nail, like for real.
Yes, you
And I
did.
just feel like that takes a lot of strength, to keep pushing forward after something like that. Especially with that happening around the holiday times, you're trying to enjoy family.
Just seeing them.
And I know you probably have a lot of unanswered questions, and not having that closure, but you keep pushing forward, baby, because you did that.
Definitely.
But I really feel like, you just have to acknowledge those emotions, you guys. Like there's a ton of different emotions that you feel, and it's just a natural process of grievement. Like there's actually like certain stages too of grievement. Like there's not like a certain order, but there's like 5 stages of grievement that people tend to go through. One of those stages is called denial. So that's pretty much like where you feel those numb feelings and you are regretting, wishing that you could have did stuff differently than what you did it before. You get to question yourself how you're going to move forward, if you even want to move forward, like dealing with that stage of denial. And then another stage is anger. Like a lot of times you get really upset, knowing that person has passed, and, you just have all this emotion that you're angry, you're upset, you're frustrated, so that's completely normal, you guys. It's okay.
It is.
Another stage is also bargaining, before that person is passing, depending on like your faith and, you believe in God or your Buddha or whatever, you get the bargaining like, okay, well, hey, if you keep this person around, I promise that I'm going to do it this way, or I'm going to promise that, I'm going to make changes in my life, as long as you make sure this person is still being able to live. People go through that. That's normal, you guys. And also depression, we fall into that hole of just that deep sadness, and just feeling just guilty and just depressed. You don't want to do certain things, It's common, you guys. Like a lot of this is happening. And that 5th stage is acceptance. So you're not really saying like, oh, it's okay or everything's all right, but you're just accepting the fact that this has happened, and now you're just trying to take those steps to move forward. But there's no specific order when it comes to those different grievement processes and, what stage that you start at and where you finish at, how long you stay in one. Like, it's none of that. And me personally, like, I lost my mom back in 2008. And honestly, I feel like I'll never be okay. Like, I don't care, even if that was a decade ago, like, there's certain times, like, I still break down, I cry. It was for the longest, like, I used to have her old number saved in my phone to where, I would call that number, and just, reach out, hoping that would be my mom on the other end answering that phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody tell you how to grieve, you guys, because it's all, like, something that you do within. Like, I'll never be the same. Like I love my mom, and it's just crazy how stuff happened. A lot of times I used to just pray and hope that, God will just let me see her in my dreams, making sure that, hey, you're checking on me, everything's good, I miss you, but if you know someone that has lost someone, just reach out to them, you guys. Tell them how much you love them, be there for them. A lot of times people just need that shoulder to just be able to lean on. You may not understand what that person is going through, but being that shoulder to lean on, you guys, just be there for people, y'all, because they need that support. How you feeling today, Perry?
Y'all was bringing the juice today on this good day. But just, y'all, this is a touchy subject, but I lost my uncle this past Saturday, and that was also the day my son was celebrating his birthday. We had got the call earlier that morning, so I did know, or the text message earlier that morning to our family group chat, that he had passed on. So it was something that I did know going in to still celebrate my son's birthday, but it was kind of one of those things where the show must go on. It was kind of already something that we had planned for that day. Multiple people were meeting me, so it was kind of like, put your big girl drawers on and we'll deal with it in a minute, because you got to deal with it. You got to cry it out. You got to, I hate to see it like that, but you got to see it for what it is, that person is gone. Just think about the memories, the positivity, the last time he came to the family potluck, and the last time he celebrated his birthday, and you just, things like that. just keep your
Absolutely.
spirit uplifted, you know. It was definitely a sad time, so I did reach out to my cousin because that was his last living parent. And as Kanisha said, that is not something that you should tell somebody you understand. That is not something, you know, you can understand unless you've been in their shoes. Losing a parent or a grandparent is probably the most tragic thing you'll ever go through outside of losing a child, excuse me. So my condolences. I've been seeing a lot of that on my timeline, by the way, and I just want to say, you know, I send my condolences to all the people who have lost someone recently. And then also just a method of grieving. Like, I feel like some people have to get it's called what is it called, grief counseling, excuse me. Get some help, because some things or some traumatic situations that you go through, they can bring up some deep root shit, y'all.
Yes.
Sometimes you can't fight these demons on your own, and don't try to fight these demons on your own. Please, if you feel like you having suicidal thoughts, like Bub said, or like Kanisha said, you feel like you're going through these 5 stages and you just can't get right, please go seek some professional help. It's not too late. You are not alone. There's people that specialize in things like that. Please go talk to somebody. Absolutely. You know, because I understand everybody don't want to tell everybody what they're going through, and that's fine, but there are professionals that specialize this and can give you the help that you need.
Absolutely.
You know, and just we also want to encourage you all to grieve. It's a part of life. I'm scared of anybody that can't grieve, because I feel like you're a ticking time bomb. Okay, I don't care if you cry. I don't care if you go put a hole in the wall. I feel like if you don't grieve, you're dangerous, because that's traumatic. Losing somebody that's influential to your life, or losing someone who you used to waking up with all the time, or somebody that was a big part of your life, that is traumatic. And you need to deal with that. You know, that, like I said, that could bring up some deep shit in your life. Some things that happened in your childhood. This death could trigger that. So please, we want to say definitely grieve, but also get some professional help if need be. Absolutely. You can't fight some of these demons by yourself, okay? With prayer and a little help, you can get through anything, all right?
Anything.
Also, y'all, that brings us to the what word of the day. What word of the day, y'all. We bringing the juice, y'all. Oh, yes, today's word of the day, y'all. We are talking about grieving. So what better than to talk about grieve? Is to cause great distress to someone, to grieve something or someone. Whew, that's deep. But I feel like that goes hand in hand with grieving is a real thing. Grieving is something that we all need to go through. How you feeling about that today, Willie?
Man, that person may be gone, but they ain't never forgotten, you know. And I just feel like sometimes you don't always got to be strong. You don't always got to be the one, you know, with your shoulders all cocked up, you know, trying to put on the front like everything's okay. It's okay to break down. It's okay to still cry. It's okay to, you know, go through these motions and feel all the emotions. So don't ever let nobody tell you that you got a timeline and when you're supposed to stop grieving. If there's a right or wrong way to grieve. Like, you don't always got to be strong, male or female. It's okay to break down and be emotional because you miss that person. You love that person. That person's no longer in your life now. It's okay. You're gonna get past this. You know, you're gonna be able to move forward. You're not gonna forget that pain. You're not gonna forget that hurt. You know, and it's never gonna get easier. You know what I'm saying? But you are gonna learn to move forward and be the best that you can be. Like,
absolutely. And I'm just gonna touch on the fact that it does not have to be a death that you are grieving. It can be a relationship that you let go. It can be somebody that you released and just no longer a part of. That's all. That almost feels as though that person has passed away as well too. Cutting somebody off, like grieving a relationship you've been in for a couple years and stuff like that. There is no such thing as not being able to grieve somebody that has not died. If that makes sense, that you can grieve somebody that has not passed away, but there is no guideline as to how you grieve or how you get over certain things. And don't let nobody tell you anything different. And so I gotta say in regards to that, look, period.
Yes.
You grieve how you want to grieve.
Yes. Just to tie on to what Bub said, don't let nobody put no time limit on how you grieve. Don't let nobody put you in a box on how you grieve. Please grieve. Please heal. We send our condolences to anybody who's lost anybody recently. Absolutely. And y'all, this is episode 45, y'all. We almost 50 episodes in with the juice. And we keep bringing the juice. Each topic is different. Each scenario is different. You know your girls got you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and tune in to episode 46, y'all. We're talking about millennial parenting. How do you parent different from your parents? We're going to get into some crazy situations, y'all. But check
Oh,
us out
snap.
next week. We love you and tune in to The Juice.
Mwah.
Just in case I'm making home tonight, then you made love to me for the last time, baby. Wanna change you